Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Octavia's Insight. Thank you so much for joining me. This spread will be for the Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising babies. This will be a 12-card spread representing each month, starting in November and ending in October 22nd. I will give a few keywords for each month, the energy that you should be working with, things you need to kind of look out for, maybe make some adjustments in your plans, or maybe even be more detailed and focused as the year progresses. All right, without further ado, let's go on and move forward with Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. For November, we have the Hermit, and this will be a card of introspective, a time where you are wanting or needing to be by yourself, looking for answers deep within, knowing that there is a goal you will be reaching, but you might be readjusting or reassessing how to get there. In addition, Scorpio, you will have the overall energy for the year, for your birthday year, will be one where you'll have to be making constant checklists, to-do lists. You're going to need a lot of focus time in journaling and paying attention to what is happening around you, making sure you're taking care of your mental health, your nerves, such as anxieties, kind of putting things on paper so that way you're not in your head and it doesn't seem like very overwhelming for you, because this year looks like, in general, a time where you're going to be making some financial changes for the better, actually, and even a potential committed relationship in the wings. That we'll get into it down as we go down the line. Back to my November read. So the Hermit card. The Hermit card has a tendency to have epiphanies as they're in solitude. In addition, you may also be, if you're single, be wondering or reassessing what it is that you want in your life, what it looks like, with or without a partner, married or single, with or without children. These are things that you're gonna have to find your own answers to, and you'll find it. Seek and you shall find. In December looks like you'll be working very hard within, if you're, let's say you're working with a company, even if you're retired or you're working on your own business, being your own boss, you're reassessing again, looking back at the things that worked and didn't work for you business-wise. Also, potentially in terms of a relationship, you might be feeling very aggressive or ambitious in retapping on an energy that may have done you good in the past. What do I mean by that? So, for example, maybe there was some sort of like a checklist or some sort of process is what I'm looking for. The word is process. There's a process in the past that worked really well for you that you might be bringing back. It looks like you might have stopped at some point, and you may be, reviving that way of doing your work, or reviving something that really worked for you and you felt helped you push you along. And it's because you're thinking of some new potential business or a partnership or something there that you're really pushing to get ahead and be in a better position. If it's in your current position, you're looking to just move up the ladder. If you're working on your own, then you're really pushing yourself to do more. It's a real strong leadership position card. So in December, you might be just seeing like what worked in the past, what didn't, and giving yourself a performance review. If you're working for another person, you may want to gather all your information from your past work, major projects, big things that you really took the lead on, and make sure you have this written down somewhere, because you might be looking for another position and you don't want to miss out on anything that would be advantageous to you when you do seek out new work. Also, you may be in the midst of getting a performance review. So you're trying to prepare yourself for this. Like I was saying earlier, there is a lot of, work related, but there's a little bit of love. So there's some play here. On January, the brand new year, it looks like you have stabilized yourself in a specific job, and now you're thinking of starting the new year on a new foot, and maybe potentially if you're working for someone else, you might be kind of stepping away because you're very comfortable where you are. You're kind of like in the zone. You feel like you can now put something extra on your plate, and it's for your own growth, your own personal growth, your own business. You might be wanting to do something online. You might be seeking to, be more of a physical presence in the social media. You might pull in your resources or your resources or things that you're trying to pull out to take it out into the world. And it's really personal to you. It's really something that you're passionate about. And you might be able to intertwine like two different types of work into one. And they may seem like totally not relatable, but it will work once. And it could be even like you intertwining your skills that you learned from your, let's say, working for someone else, and you're interlacing that with your own business. So that's what January looks like. I think that's a really good month for you to push ahead in your own business, so that way you can, because you have already utilized the prior 2 months, and this is coming from thoughts that you've been having and talks that you've been having with yourself. So November, it looks like more it was on your own. And December, you might have reached out to some mentors asking for advice. And by January, you're pretty sure taking all that information from the prior 2 months and, putting it out there. That's really great. In February, you're going to start seeing some results from the work that you've been doing. The thing is that you may be also assessing now that you have things kind of moving along, which one, and I keep getting maybe like multiple projects going on. So you may be reassessing as to which project is going to require your most attention. So you're looking at it in terms of what is going to give me my biggest results, what is my biggest win. And you will definitely find that you'll be digging in deeper with the bigger project than the smaller one. I think you're going to kind of put aside something that you're not so much interested in, but that you have put in time and energy into that job. So that was in February. Also, February may entail that you have to work 2 projects at the same time and being very successful at it. In March, you have a new opportunity to go and, gather your accolades. Here is where you're feeling like everyone is cheering you on, and you're feeling very, let me see, that is in March. You're feeling very, not only victorious, but you're really feeling yourself. You're looking good. Your vehicle is matching how you feel. You might be getting closer to changing a car or some sort of vehicle that kind of fits where you're heading to. Like it fits your attitude, if you will. So you might be trading in things that you're going to be trading the things that you were happy with, but now it's time for you to step it up. So let's say, you were driving a Toyota and now you're ready to bump it up to a Lexus. It's like that kind of a step up, like that kind of a vamp, that kind of an upgrade. Yeah, basically you're upgrading your life. And that is in March, where you're feeling it, and you may be you may be sharing and celebrating with those around you in terms of how you're feeling very much like a winner. In April, so here's the thing. So March, you may be feeling yourself, but April may be a time where you need to kind of pull it back a bit, gain more control in either your spending, gain control in your health, gain control in definitely spending. Because now here is where I see things, not only a vehicle, but now I'm seeing like real estate, property, maybe even looking at a move that you weren't quite expecting or anticipating, but it just kind of like the opportunity presents itself. And because it does, you now are reconsidering what you have been doing in the past, 5 months. What I want to say about your health is make sure in April that you're being very active, giving vehicles a break, using your legs more, just being more physically active. If it's someplace that you can walk to rather than drive to, do that. I think that will do you a wealth of good. And also, I feel like you will be emotionally stable if you take the time to walk and think rather than drive and think. So maybe having more of a walking meditative state for your health and for the success that you're moving forward to. Because it looks like you're gaining more traction and you have more control of your life. And I think if you're thinking about, okay, what am I going to do in the next 6 months? This might be the time to do so, but do it in a very kind of natural setting. And unlike the Hermit card where you were doing it like in a closed place or kind of isolated place, here it kind of shows that you should be out more and you're going to have these, like the Hermit card, these epiphanies as to what you should do in the following 6 months. Now, in May, we have the Moon card. Now, that kind of makes sense and pulls me back to the health situation. There may be some medication that you are taking that you must make sure that you're eliminating waste as you should by drinking plenty of fluid. Watch your mood swings. There may be something or someone that may get in between, or even a situation that may have you a little bit disturbed in terms of how you're feeling and how you're thinking, feeling very good one moment and then really pensive the next. So try to balance yourself with that. The Moon card sometimes suggests to me a little bit of a depressive state of mind. If you find yourself that you're kind of getting really aggressive with others because you're not happy with the way things are going on in May, give yourself a timeout. Take a day trip to, some kind of causeway, some kind of intercoastal, not necessarily the beach, but some place that's in between where you can just kind of sit and overlook a bridge of something and kind of cleanse yourself spiritually, because I feel like there's something that's going to hit you hard and you're gonna need some quiet time to reflect, because it almost looks like there's like something is going to reveal itself and you're not going to be so crazy about that revelation. Therefore, you may want to sit with it a little bit, reflect on it, but don't let it get you down. That's my only suggestion for the month of May, is to really focus on having a good, positive attitude and outlook of something that may reveal itself that is not what you want. So focus on that come the month of May. In June, we have a new opportunity, not only in a relationship wise, but emotionally. So if you do the work the month before in terms of having more of a positive outlook on negative situations, or even things that have been presented to you by others that you don't like the way they presented it. Let me see, that was in June. June will show that it's going to be like a fresh new start. This is kind of like learning a lesson or understanding what the lesson was from the previous month or even the previous 6 months. You have received the right message, you're doing the right thing, you're finding the right people are finding their way to you. This is just overall new beginnings, and it's something that you absolutely love to do. It is even potential that there may be someone new coming into your life. There may be some news of a birth or news of a pregnancy. This Scorpio is going to be mean the world to you. And probably the happiest month is going to be in June, August, September, October. Those 4 months look like they're really, you're going to be over the moon, okay? Now, make sure in, let's see, July, that you're not overworking, or you're not being codependent on somebody else's, whether it's their money, their energy, or their time. Make sure that you are in tying yourself to a situation, or to a place, or to a conversation that could be really unhealthy, very toxic. There may even be people who are toxic around you, so much so during that time. And it could be due to a relationship. It could be a new relationship, an old relationship. It could be conversations with married friends that they're sort of thinking about, do I really want to be with this person? So there could be conversations about, or you could be overhearing conversations about divorce, releasing or breaking up with a job, breaking up with a client. There's this thing about relationship in the month of July that's going to call you to clean it up and remove any toxic situations from your plate, so you can allow the next 3 months that look absolutely gorgeous come through. So it's a lot of cleaning up and removing codependent addictions. They could be sex, they could be drugs, any kind of addictions that you may be facing, or someone you love is facing. There is a need here to make the steps, take the steps to clear that up. And it could be that you see a counselor, a legal counselor, a guidance counselor, a medical counselor. You need a counselor. You need a person there that is an expert in that area, even a spiritual counselor that can help you as a third party looking in, the right steps to take moving forward. And in August, the Devil and the Lovers card are exactly, they're the same coin, but you just got to flip it around. The Lovers looks like we are now, we got it together. If you do the work, you're going to really feel the release, and healthier, loving relationships with others come into play. And that's due because you are doing the work. You're paying attention to what you really want in your life. You're kind of going back to the beginning of what makes your soul sing, what you want to be known for, what your legacy is, what's your destiny. All is going to be encompassed in the month of July. Am I right? Let me see. I might have messed up with the months. November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Yeah, I'm sorry. That would be for August. September, October, right. So for August, I feel like this is a good month for you to, July and August is a good month for you to do some spiritual work. Actually, all of these 4 cards look like spiritual work done, and having the blessings come at the end. So back to August. There is potential healing that you will need to go through in the month of August. And where one person may have been elevated, like let's say you're in a partnership or you're married, one person is going to go stay in the same place where they have been, and the other one is going to elevate. And they're going to elevate spiritually because they did the work. I still see that the person who stays where they are is still going to look towards the person who elevated for guidance. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with helping your lover or your friend or family member. Help them, pick them up to get to close to where you are. Okay. For the month of September, this looks good on a lot of levels, not only on a spiritual level in terms of having your ancestors, behind you, supporting you, but supporting your goals in terms of obtaining property, renovating, fixing property, making a new life with let's say a marriage where you have plans for children, having the whole thing. Also, you have the support of the ancestors, those who have passed, for you to obtain the wealth that you are seeking. And so September, you might feel that there'll be a lump sum of money, or you can see it coming before the year ends. And that's a beautiful blessing card. If you already own property, you might even be considering, if not purchasing, selling. Or you might have inherited a mass amount of property or a mass amount of wealth due to someone in your family or through your partnership. So that's going to be interesting to see how that works out. If you're single and have been working on the last 5 months with an individual, the month of October looks like we are having some conversations about being committed, what that commitment looks like in the relationship. There's potential commitment with an organization, with a company that you will sign up with. This large corporation will require your undivided attention, but you're going to have to, if you're with someone, know how to balance. The key is balancing your relationship with others and your relationship with your higher self. That month of October is going to feel like it all is coming together. Your spiritual life, your physical life, your mental life, your success in your professional life. It just seems like before sometime this year, in October of next year, you're going to feel like amazed at the amount of rewards you're going to receive towards the end of 2022, and you're going to feel quite successful and really blessed. You have definitely have come a long way, and that's what that feels like. So, my Scorpio friends, I hope this resonates. Keep this bookmark or make notes so that way you can go back to the tape and see if in fact it resonates with you. I would love to hear back. Until then, please don't forget Tuesday nights. I'm at the clubhouse. I'm doing little readings and checking out the daily week's energy. If you need any reading, please look into my description box and schedule a reading with me. For now, have a great year. Happy birthday. Bye.